Of course, I would say I expected more out of myself and us as a team. It was cut short. We didn't make the playoffs. That was obviously one of our goals that we didn't make. So that just tells how our season went. A lot of ups and downs. Uh, Saw a lot of good things, but just a lot of things just didn't go well. Yeah.
Obviously, there are built-in challenges making the adjustment to the NBA in anybody's first year from school, from college. Is it almost more tough, or are there just different challenges in year two coming back with teams preparing for you differently and making that adjustment, I guess, to the league's adjustment to you?
I wouldn't say there's nothing super major. Just depends on how you take the game. Every team's going to play you differently. Everything. That's just how the NBA is. Teams are going to play differently each and every single game. Everybody got different defensive principles. But I would say I'm adjusting pretty well. Just got to keep figuring out the game, how it goes.
From a skills point of view, what are you really going to focus on this summer? Are you going to adapt or change the way you train for the summer? And what would you like to have different in your game for this time? I guess most of the time
Really just keep working on everything. Ball handling, shooting, skill work, a lot of skill work, conditioning, defense, just keep working on my body, just trying to get stronger. So really, primarily everything.
Is there anything you want to change about how you approach that work, or just sort of fine-tuning it a little bit?
Say it again?
Is there anything you want to change about your approach to the off-season, how you work, or is it just about, making little changes to the process?
Say probably just change up my conditioning wise and just try to get a lot of conditioning in. I feel like I think I probably need a different level of conditioning for the way I want to play. I feel like I play very hard on the defensive end, so I feel like it'll take a different level of conditioning that I really just probably really work on this summer.
Fred just said that he hired a full-time strength and conditioning coach this year for the first time. Would you consider hiring people like that, adding to kind of your staff, the people around you, and kind of hiring more people or maybe full-time roles to help you with some of that conditioning?
I feel like that's something that you can really consider, someone that can just be around you all the time, so you could be able to be more focused on what you really want to work on, someone that's with you all the time, so he'll be able to figure you out what you really need to work on, find what you're not so good at body-wise, and be able to change things so you can just develop at it. So I feel like that's something that you could consider.
Is there anything, or how do you think your conditioning impacted your play this season?
I wouldn't say it really. I wouldn't say it impacted it super, but I get tired at times where I'm picking up full court the way I play. I do a lot of. I feel like where it all for me, it really starts on the defensive end. So me picking up full court, making a lot of rotations and things that I do on the floor. I feel like it's just going for me to take another step defensively. I feel like it'll just take a different level of conditioning. I work really hard on the defensive end, so I feel like I just gonna take another step from that.
Scottie, I feel like just coming off of Rookie of the Year to this year, there's just been a ton of pressure put on you, whether that's social or whoever. But do you use that as a motivation? I feel like there's probably going to even be a higher expectation of you even coming into next season. How can you handle that? Do you use that as motivation in the off season?
I don't really feel the pressure, but I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. I don't really look for it in socials and other people. I feel like my highest expectation is for myself. Um, so I feel like I put a lot of thinking into what I really want to become and what I really want to be. And I feel like that's how I really look at the things and how I see myself as a player. Um, I know how I want to get better, and I just want to constantly keep trying to develop in each and every single way where I just want to constantly get better, and I want to make it to the top of the league and be one of those better players in the league. So it's just going to take a different level of a mindset, of work. So those are things that you just got to put into. I put a lot of pressure on myself to get better, but I don't really look at the outside noise, as you could say.
The team had a tough night at the free throw line last night, and news is being made today about DeRozan's daughter screaming. Did you notice that at all?
For sure. It's quiet in the gym. She was yelling, trying to figure out who it was. I was just heard somebody screaming. I was like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Okay," but I don't know if it really had an effect. It went 18 for 36, so it had to have an effect somewhere. She did a great job.
Scottie, Nick is the only head coach that you've had as an NBA player. There's some uncertainty about his future, at least some speculation about it. Would you be disappointed if he wasn't around next year?
I love Nick. He allows us to play freely. Gives us that freedom to be able to, if we want to drive to the basket, go to the basket, post up. He loves when we post up and things like that. He gives us a lot of freedom out there on the floor. I love Nick. I guess we'll see what happens.
Scotty, when you talk about your conditioning, was there a point this season that it hit you that this is something that really needs to be addressed?
Oh no, I feel like I'm in pretty good condition, but I just want to take it to another level, with my training. So that's the reason why I said that. But I don't think it hit me at all. I always play with a lot of energy when I'm out there on the floor. Try to stay locked in. So that's something I really just focused on.
You mentioned different defensive principles for every team. Was there one this year that you thought was particularly intriguing or challenging that you saw?
I would say just like when I get post-ups and there's probably someone coming from the low side as a big or guards are digging at the same time, and you just got to be able to adjust to that and be able to figure that out. I go left and I spin. Someone's coming to double, so you just got to be able to prepare for that as a player. Take that next step in how you got to be able to make the right plays out of it or be able to score out of it. So one of the two options, be able to play make or be able to score out of it and turn that into a weakness that a team can't do.
And who do you think you've had the most success? We're just talking about the post-up then against like the low help, the help from the top, maybe like help on the catch, help on the dribble, and like what did you find that you had the most success against specifically in post-up coverages?
You just got to find different counters. Be able to not settle for things, but be able to try to get to the rim. And if the rim's not open, you got to be able to find a counter out of it. I feel like that's the main thing out of that. Say first year, my mindset was just trying to go to the rim, but I feel like this year I was finding counters out of it and be able to make different moves out of it.
Pascal, somebody who, especially the escape dribble and to re-engage on the post-up when there's attention. You guys work on that stuff in practice together a lot?
We don't really work out together, but you see, I watch him work out a lot. Being able to make different counter moves, like he drives to the right and he sees the help defender, he spins off, or be able to do a fade or if he sees it coming, he just be able to create space off that dribble with either a step back or different counters. I feel like that's what the game is about. Uh, if they throw one thing at you, you got to be able to counter it with a different move.
Scottie, Nick keeps referencing, the need for you to be impactful scoring and open up the rest of your game. Obviously, when you talk about, the top players in the game, they're typically, in that 20-plus range. That's kind of where it starts. Do you have a number where you'd like to get to as a scorer? Not that that's the be-all and end-all, but is there kind of something you kind of have in your head you get to?
Not really a certain number. Just gotta keep working. Like I said, a lot of skill work and just keep working on my craft. Being able to take those catch and shoots that's mostly primarily opens, I feel like that expands your game. And then once that starts falling, everything else opens up. Being able to go to the basket and then making those counter moves off that. It's just going. And being able to get to the free throw line, I feel like that's another thing. Those scores, they're able to get to the free throw line. That's another big step.
At the trade deadline, Masai spoke about the team maybe playing a little selfishly. I don't think he meant that as like a personal attack, more of like a style and maybe not being connected enough. And Fred said that was something you guys discussed and it caught your attention. Did you feel you guys were together enough, sort of, as a team on the court this year?
I said we kind of really got that selfish role. Probably towards the end of the season, of course, at the beginning of the season, everybody comes back, wants to get better. So people are just trying to get better at it and show what they can do at the beginning. But after that faded off, I feel like we all be able to became to get into our roles and play winning basketball.
Scottie, you've played with a number of teams over the past 5 years or so. Obviously, you went to a number of high schools, then you went to Florida State, and you've come here. How do you grapple with the end of the season where you don't know what next year could look like, just from a personnel standpoint? Guys could be going in and out. And how do you grapple with the personal relationships that you've developed over this year, and not really knowing who's going to be here next year?
I don't really know. I don't know what's gonna happen. So, I'm connected with all the guys, and we all got pretty good relationships. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, I'm just focused on the moment now. Really.
You've talked about how you see yourself as a point guard. How has Fred helped you with those things, and how do you see your role fitting alongside him as another sort of point guard player?
I say I like playing with Fred. Fred, he's able to control the team when we're all out there on the floor with him. Be able to put people in the right spots, but it's easy playing with Fred. He's someone that gets off the ball, and he's someone that can be on the ball and still do so many good things on the floor. I don't really know. I feel like we're pretty solid.